I told myself Spanish and now I'm learning Mandarin. I literally just started.
OK，你说中文成吗？
我会说一点儿普通话，可是我说的不好。
很好了。你喜欢什么食物吗？
无法 like
Speak a little French.
J'ai parlé un peu de français, but not a lot. Today we are here with the wonderful actors that are in the short film 7 Miles from Forever. Up first we have Rich Lowe, who is an actor, director, singer, songwriter, and the list goes on and on. Also we have with us today Segen Gebremariam, who is a model, actress, writer, producer, and they both launched the production company Empire Reset Productions that has produced the short film that's going to be showing at the East Point Film Festival this year. You have a bunch of these hyper creatives coming into one spot, and they all have ideas, but at the end of the day there's only one project and one vision that has to come into alignment. So just seeing you guys doing that both in your personal lives as well as on screen, I think sets a really high standard for the things that are just continuing to come out as the bar continues to go up. So I thank you guys for that.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
I would die for you. I don't need you to die for me. I wanted you to live for me.
I'm addicted.
Man, I just don't want to see you go back into that dark place you was in when she left. You wasn't eating. You wasn't talking to nobody.
I'm addicted to you.
You guys are playing this couple, but you're also a couple in real life. So how does that transfer? Do you think any of that bleeds through into the production? Does it help? What are you guys' thoughts?
I got to trust him, and we got to, come home and talk about what we did, what we're going to do the next day, and really work through certain quirks that you wouldn't be able to do with like a complete stranger. There were moments where it was awkward because it was just like other people obviously are watching you or recording this. So I was just like, all right, don't do that. Don't you're making this face, don't do that. But it was much easier to do it with like a complete stranger. So we got to touch into like our own personal lives and bring that to the story.
And how about for you, Rich?
Yeah, I just have to piggyback on what she said. It was 100% immensely helpful. Like, it was just very helpful that we were able to, the chemistry was there. We've been married for 3.5 years now, and there was just chemistry that, like, we've acted on screen together plenty of times, but nothing like this. It's a full length feature that we did. So it's nothing like, to be able to have so many scenes together, you cannot create chemistry. Sometimes it just has to be there. So I was lucky enough to have this beautiful woman, a scene partner, as well as my partner in life in general. So that chemistry translated very well for a lot of the scenes.
And let me just say this, like, it's very inspiring to see that when there's somebody who's in a relationship and that they're able to be compatible not only in their personal lives but also professionally. That speaks volumes about you guys' work ethic for sure. And like, just with that being said, do you guys find it that with the fact that you're a singer and songwriter as well, and then Segen, you also dance, so like this thing about whatever it is that you guys are doing, you're able to find some middle ground where you guys can collaborate together and create something productive? Do you think that those attributes of you guys' relationship benefited the production?
I mean, it helps and it also hurts because we're both creatives. So at times you'll see us like we'll butt heads, or like I'll think we need to go in one direction and he thinks, he's got a vision going in another direction. So it was definitely, since this was our first project that we've done together, and that we've like, started from the beginning, seen all the way from A through Z. And it was like therapy for sure. Like we fought through some things, but we made it out on the other end, and like, we're better for it.
It's kind of like a team, like a team sport. Like just say basketball. There's a center. The center is in charge of, protecting the paint, blocking shots, doing all these things. The point guard is in charge of the ball. You realize very quickly that there are kind of roles. Yes, you are intertwined, but you kind of like, you realize what at what you're not, and then you have to just accept, okay, this is what she's stronger at. Let me just let her take the lead here. This is what I'm stronger at. Let me take the lead. And even in doing that, you still sharpen that. Even though she may be better at something, I'm learning from her. I'm getting better at, you know, the thing that she's already good at just by watching her, and vice versa. So there's a lot of times where I have a lot of ideas all the time, and sometimes I go off the deep end with my ideas. She was very good, instrumental in being logistical and saying, "Hey, I like that idea, but how does that happen? How do we get there? This, and this has to happen for that to happen." I'm like, "Oh, you're right." So it was a perfect marriage. No pun intended, but it was a perfect marriage, you know, for us creating together.
Yeah. And no one has to be like, no one has to really be wrong. It's just which one works better for the film. You know, so like his idea could still be great and my idea could be just as good. It's like, okay, but which one helps push the narrative forward?
Now, with this whole thing of you're playing people that don't know each other, did you guys ever find it difficult to pretend like, oh, well, I have to dissociate me knowing this person, or do you think knowing each other already helped with that?
I think it helped altogether. We never had a moment where we felt like we needed to disassociate, like for the scene, because in actuality, a lot of the scenes, the movie is 2 hours long. A lot of the scenes, some of them, especially the initial scene, it's kind of lengthy. So we needed to rehearse like over and over and over and over again to be able to create. So the fact that we lived together like made it so much easier that just like wake up, like, let's run the scene. Or like before we go to sleep, let's run the scene. You know, just to kind of get those quirks and those little moments. And then, you know, the movie magic of editing, we can make, you know, certain things look a certain way, and we can really, really hone in on the chemistry that was already there.
And I definitely appreciate the work ethic of what you said. It's like you guys, you write up, you work on putting everything together for the project. You guys get home, you're still practicing, you're still working, you're still thinking about ideas about it. And I think for some people that aren't as experienced in the film industry, they come into the whole thing with this idea that the work can stop at a 9 to 5. But for you guys, you're used to working around the clock. Whether it's a responsibility you have to take care of in your personal life, or it's a vision of some project that you have in the future, you constantly have to water that plant. So like, I can definitely feel that from, like, I watched the trailer and I could definitely feel just the whole work ethic going on behind it.
Thank you.
One of the other things that I did want to ask is, like, with you guys playing these characters, what's one of the things that you enjoyed most about playing these particular roles?
Faye got to show a wide range of emotions that I didn't get to do with a lot of other characters that I've done before. Usually, you know, I'm in like a handful of scenes, and maybe the person might be pigeonholed as like angry, and then I'm just always angry, or I'm a victim and I'm just gonna be a victim the whole time. So this one was like, I was happy, I was sad. I got to be mad. I got to cuss them out a few times. I got to be with my girlfriends and we're busting it up. So there was like a nice wide range of emotions that she displayed.
To piggyback off her, I agree. Like when we wrote the film, obviously being actors and actresses as first, to when we launched the film company, we decided that we wanted to create feature films that can show what we're capable of as actors. So people, yes, they can see us as filmmakers, but you're watching us as actors on the screen as well too. You're watching us as writers. You're listening to original music. But what I wanted to make sure that it was important to me, it was important to her, that we showed a wide range of just emotions as an actor. The greatest thing any actor wants to do is to be able to show what they can do. What better thing than to go through every single emotion in the same movie, laughing, happy, just crying, angry, elation, everything. Yeah. And I truly believe we both got to show a good bit of what we were capable of.
Speaking about that, is it true that you did the music for this film?
Yes, I did. There's a lot of original music in the film, some of which was done by completely from me, from scratch, some of which was done by my younger sister as well too. And then some of it was pulled from just different sites that allowed you to pull scoring music. But I would pull a song, but it wasn't just that. I had to chop the song up and move it and slide it over to sections and take one section and move it over. So it was kind of like I was composing the stuff that I didn't create originally. I was composing how the sequence was heard throughout the film. And that was even though I've been doing music my whole life, that was a portion that I did not know that much work to do. I wasn't prepared for the work that it took to do that portion of it. So yes, it's true, but I want to say with a grain of salt, it was done, and it was very difficult to do as well too. But it is true. It was all the music was originally sequenced, and some of it was originally created.
I can't wait to be at the festival and see the full thing. One last thing that I did want to ask, though, is there any advice that either of you guys could give to aspiring filmmakers, people that are having these same things of this gate of creativity is not closing? There's this call to bring this project to life, but maybe might be a bit hesitant. What are some words you could give to them?
Get started. Definitely, like we had been talking about creating a movie longer than it actually took us to make the movie. So
That's true.
So we were
That's
just like,
very
yeah,
true.
we should go get the stuff, and we should do this, and that'll be great. And when we finally get a chance to get some money and do whatever, blah, blah, we do it like this. So we, eventually like started moving forward in doing the project. And even the first scene that we shot, we had to go back and reshoot 3 times because we were figuring it out. But luckily, it was just like us two that was in the scene. So it wasn't like we were calling actors and be like, hey, can you come back? We messed it up. So really just getting started, because as soon as we started seeing like, oh, this makes sense now. This is how it should look. This is what we need. We need to bring in lights, or we need to do something with the sound. So it only gets better once you get started. You can plan as much as you want, but until you actually start hitting the record button and start shooting something and start, trying to put it together, that's when you get to really see the magic and where all the education comes from.
To piggyback off of what Segen said, absolutely. Like when you have a goal that's so grand, like making a movie or starting a company, anything like that, these are journeys. These are like paths. These are journeys. The first step to accomplishing your goal is the first step. Just take the step. Like she said, we just had to get started. Sometimes just starting, if you want to do something, just take it one step at a time, day one. Say, okay, I did this, I launched this, we start writing it, we shot, whatever we had to do, just take the first step, and I think the rest will follow.
Hi, my name is Segen Gebremariam.
Hi, my name is Rich Lowe,
and you're watching Open Mic.
Usually people don't get to write those ones together on the first time. Yeah, you guys are like naturals at these interviews. They'll like look at each other and go like, and you're watching.